say standing up. Even if you're new today, I want you to say standing up for a second. Believe it or not, guys, I am extremely frightened of public speaking, swear to God. So I want you to do me a favor, okay? I want everybody to stand up right now, and I literally want you to do this. I know it's going to sound silly, but it'll make me feel more comfortable. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 on 3. I want you to just go, woo! Can you guys do that for me?
Yeah.
All right? 1, 2, 3, woo! Thank you guys so much. Have a seat, please. All right, first and foremost, I want to thank all of the incredible speakers that came up before me today. Can we give a round of applause for the speakers, please? Thank you so much. So my name is Hassan Mahmoud. I'm just a normal guy. My parents migrated from Palestine from war. It's funny, in the UK, I have related to so many people whose families have migrated from countries to get away from war, right? Their parents left to give their families better opportunity. And so I'm very, very humble. I come from very humble beginnings, and I'm very grateful for that. And so I was born and raised in a small state in the United States called California. Anybody heard of Los Angeles? Yeah. It's not as nice as it seems when you live in the ghetto, I'll tell you that much, right? But, you know, I had very humble beginnings. My parents couldn't give us much. And I always tell people this story because I want you to understand one thing. There's one thing that comes out of my mouth today while I'm up here. I'm not special. There's nothing special about me. Okay? I want you to take that one thing away. And so I come from very humble beginnings. My family, my parents, they couldn't give us much. We didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have a lot of food. We didn't have basic human needs. But the one thing that my dad and my mom gave us was love, faith, integrity, a good moral compass. And that stuck with me more than anything else. And probably the only other big thing they gave me is always treat people right. Always treat people the way that you would like to be treated. And unfortunately, a lot of times in this world, we're not treated that way, right? But on that note, growing up, I always wondered, why is it some people have so much wealth, and other people who are amazing people, they work really hard, they love their family, why are they poor? And so as I started getting older, I just craved the desire of this information. I come from a family of 7 siblings. I have 6 brothers and 1 sister. Arabs have a lot of kids. I'm sure there's some Arabs in here, you guys know what I mean. But for me, call it enlightenment, call it guidance, whatever you want to call it. For me at a young age, I just could not stand seeing my family suffer. And so what ended up happening is, while I was looking for information on how to change my family's status, I realized that school didn't do anything for me anymore. And so here's the first part where I'm telling you guys I'm not special. Here's the first part. I'm a high school dropout. Everything you saw today, all the technology you heard, all the amazing people that came up today, I'm a high school dropout. I dropped out of high school when I was 15 years old because I knew college, which is university for you guys out here, wasn't going to do me anything because I wasn't interested in that, because the only thing that was on my mind was survival. Anybody in here ever feel like they have to survive every single month? It's not a good feeling. You're stressed out, especially when you care about your loved one. It's a very difficult place to be. And so I dropped out of high school and I was trying to find the information. The one thing that I discovered was the only thing that separates a very, very wealthy family from a non-wealthy family is information. Somebody gave somebody else a piece of information that completely changed their life. You have our RFX trader named Mr. Javad Khan. And Javed, before he understood trading, before he learned about trading, he didn't know about it. Somebody introduced trading to Javed. Now he's one of the best binary options traders in the world. Do you guys see how powerful that is? That shift, somebody gave him information. And so I started looking for information. I was like, okay, if that's the secret, who has the information? I started processing through different kinds of information. I started failing a lot, lost a lot of money. But I wasn't going to allow my failures to stop me. Adi talked about it. You said 25 business, Adi? Then you ran out of the Medina. Was it 25 businesses? You left? 25 failed businesses. But that didn't stop him from doing the 26th. And that was the same exact way. I wasn't going to allow the trial and error to stop me from finding a solution. Why? When you care about something enough, and when you die for that belief, you will find an answer. Nothing will stop you. And so finally I got introduced to trading. And when I learned about trading, my mind exploded. My brother's here with me today, and I remember when I started sharing it with him and everybody else, they thought it was a scam. When I learned about it, I thought it was a scam. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean money has a different value and you can trade it? How come they don't teach us in school? And so when I started learning more about it and how it works and how billionaires, institutions, banks, HSBC, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, all these big companies are trading every single day, and that's how the wealthy stay wealthy. Robert Kiyosaki, Mr. Yusuf Bells brought him up earlier here today, was talking about it. Robert Kiyosaki was publicly talked about how Forex is how the wealthy stay wealthy. Learn it. And so I said, okay, if they're all doing this, then I need to be involved. It didn't matter how many average people, like myself, thought it was a scam. And so as I started going through it, I was very, very lucky. We helped a lot of companies become very successful. We've helped, millions of people all over the globe. Like, guys, I'm not saying that to raise my ego. We literally helped millions of people all over the globe learn about this world of trading and learn about how to actually be successful in trading. But you guys want to know what ended up happening? Even though we were helping hundreds of thousands of people, I was helping companies do multi-billion dollars in sales yearly. What ended up happening is, I knew I had a commitment to learn trading. I knew I had the commitment to take trade ideas. I would wake up at 4, 6, 8, whatever. If I had a job, I would literally be doing it while I was on a meeting, I had a call. I was like, hey, give me 1 second. A trade idea came through. Hold on 1 second. I would take it. Anyone ever been there? Right? Like, hold up, the trade came. Don't talk to me right now. You know what I'm talking about? The problem wasn't the trading. The problem was most people can't even do that. There's a statistic that says 97% of people can't learn trading. They just don't have the commitment or the focus or the patience. But the other big one is they don't have the time. They have a job, they have kids, they have family, they have university. And so I was like, okay, this industry works, but not everyone has time for it. How can we make it work for everyone who doesn't have time? And so again, what did I do? I went on a search for answers, knowledge, information. And so I started looking at hedge funds. And I started looking at institutions. And you know what? How did they do it? I started interviewing billionaires. I was very, very lucky. I was able to meet some incredible people to hear how their money was being traded. And I got to meet some of the top people on Wall Street. You guys know what's crazy? What I learned was that for the last 8 years, currently right now, the last 8 years, this is not new. AI is not new. Athena, it's new to the world, like us. Institutions, banks, governments, it's not new. And so I learned that they use AI. And I was like, what do you mean you use AI? Use a robot to trade people's money? They said, absolutely. We bring different algorithms, we bring intelligent humans who usually would do it for us. We coded their brain in a software, and that's how it works. And I was like, that just doesn't make sense. And he's like, here, let me see your phone real quick. Because that was the first time I heard AI. I was like, okay, I gave him my iPhone. He goes, hey Siri. I was like, what does he do with my phone? And she goes, yes. And he's like, do you see that? I said, yes. He's like, that's AI. I was like, I never thought about it like that. And so after that, I said, okay, if they can do it, then what? I can do it. I can do it. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It wasn't easy at first. There's people in this room as well. It's not just me that have tried to automate processes and they've lost money. It happens. But what I will tell you is, the last 5 years specifically, we have perfected that process. I'm very proud to say that. And we figured out a way to not just have it work on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. We figured out a way to make it work for the average person. If you just look at Elon Musk and Jack Ma, they talk about publicly about how AI is going to transform our society more than the internet. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And so guys, I want you guys to understand something. This is why AI is powerful. You're going to laugh right now. I think you're going to laugh right now. Anybody in here ever tried to learn how to trade? Like actually tried to learn how to trade? It's okay, right? Keep your hands up. Anybody in here that's raising their hand right now, you guys ever have to use the bathroom? Probably. You guys ever have to take a shower? Maybe go meet with a loved one? Maybe some of you have kids? Maybe some of you have to eat? Maybe some of you want to watch Game of Thrones? I don't know. All of us do, right? You guys can put your hands down now. AI doesn't sleep. AI doesn't have to spend time with his family. AI doesn't need rest. AI doesn't need a mental break. AI, when it takes a bad trade, Abador talked about it earlier, it's not psychologically saying, oh, I lost that trade, I gotta get that money back. No, it understands math, algorithm, and quantities, that's it. It doesn't care if it loses, because it knows what it's gonna do, needs to do to win back again. And that's what I want you guys to understand that you have your power on. Whether or not you guys do this business, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But I am telling you guys, I'm imploring to you, for your family, at least be a customer. And you know what? If you don't like it after 30 days, we have a money back guarantee. And no company does that in the trading space. Why? Because their stuff doesn't work. That's just the truth. I'm sorry. There. I want to leave you guys with this. There was that, do you mind bring up that formation thing real quick if you don't mind? Thank you so much, Izzy. So, Adi and, what's that sexy guy's name again? Suhail, right? Yeah. Adi and Suhail were talking about where we're at. And they're right. We are right here. Okay? But here's the crazy thing that they forgot to mention to all of you guys. We're not just right there for the UK. If you know people in a different part of the world, guess what? That's where you are. You know what I love about the UK? I just want by show of hands, who in here speaks more than one language? I love this. Guys, Americans are so lazy, they only speak one language. But here's why I'm saying that to you. Think about if you did that just in two separate places where they speak a different language, two different countries. You have that opportunity. Your life will change forever. Forever. And that's the kind of opportunity you have on your hands right now. That's how early this is. That's how early this is. Some people ask me, okay, well, if this stuff is so amazing, how come everybody doesn't know about it? When the iPhone came out, not everybody knew about it. When social media platforms come out, not everybody knows about it. But eventually what happens? People love something, they start using it, and they can't stop talking about it. And so, I am humbled and honored to be here today. Seriously, guys, you have no idea. This is a vision. It's not just one person behind this. The leadership behind this, the executive team behind this, our providers. We are so lucky. Our partners. It is a vision of everybody together. And I'm telling you guys, this is for you. This is literally for you. If you're in the room today, I'm not sure if you guys have faith or not. I'm a big believer in God, and in Arabic it's called Allah in my culture, my religion. But all Allah means is God, okay? I used to beg God for change. Beg Him. A whole life. I would say, please, just give me a sign. And the whole time I was begging, opportunities coming, and I don't see it. I'm like, get out of my way, go away. I'm praying to God right now. And I don't recognize that God is speaking to me. But the problem is, all of us have a block between our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. And more importantly, a lot of us are not aware. We have no awareness. And so when I started learning that I needed to be aware, it's crazy. I didn't change anything but learning how to be aware. I would pray to God, and I thought I didn't see anything. Over here, I'm praying to God, I learned how to become aware of my surroundings. I'm like, oh, what did you say? That's opportunity. I can do what with training? AI? The conversations around you never change. But for you to hear them, you need to change. Okay? And so I'm telling you guys, this is it. If you're praying to God, you're in the room today, it's not on accident. Like Adi said before, it doesn't matter what you did before. I don't care. I don't care if you're a millionaire in the room. There's a lot of millionaires in the room right now, by the way, guys. I am humbled. There's a lot of people who make 6 figures in the room. There's a lot of people who make $500 a month in this room right now. And here's my point to you. I don't care how much money you've ever made. I don't care how much money you make right now. I'm telling you guys, you can come in here, be a part of the product, see that it works, And you can literally change your life forever by just referring these services. Because I'm telling you what, I've done this multiple times. I've seen this wave happen. I've taken companies from zero to multi-billion-dollar in sales. But this is the magic moment. This is the moment where all of you guys can be ahead of that, be a part of something special where people can be customers and win, and be excited to resubscribe to use a service, and you can get compensated for it. All you have to do is be coachable, and that's it. And guess what? If you don't want to be coachable and you don't want to make extra money, I know we all talk about money. Sometimes people feel uncomfortable talking about money. It's because most people don't have money. So they're like, okay, the best way to fight this off is just be rude. Like, I don't care about money. You guys ever meet anybody like that? Like, talking about, I don't care about money, I don't need money. But the truth is, we live in a society where money, unfortunately, dictates our living situation. And so all we want to implore to you guys and teach you guys is how to use money and not let money use you or control your life. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all you guys. And I'll see you later.